Hello, Janet Wilson here from Write for a Reason with another little writing tip for you. Just hopped on to give you some ideas about how many characters. The short answer I would say to that is as few as possible. Now, of course, that needs a little. Four main different types of character in your story. So you will need your protagonist, your main character, or perhaps you have a group protagonist, so you might have two or three. You will need a close story. You will need some other various bits, might have a name, and then you will have various extras, like perhaps. So with all these people, the reason that you need to have as few as possible is so that we get to know very well the people that we really need to get to know. So if you've got several main characters, it may get a little bit confusing, excuse me, as to who is who. So especially when you're writing for children, you want to keep it fairly simple, so that they can get right on in the story and really get to grips with who's who. If you've got too many characters and some are coming and going, and perhaps they might have similar names, that is something to definitely avoid. Quick tip while I'm here. It's just confusing and slows the plot down. If, for example, your main character has a big family, it may take you quite a lot of time to kind of tell us all about the family and the background and who's twins and who's older than who and who's got blonde hair and who likes going swimming and all that sort of thing. And you haven't really moved on with the plot with that. You've just told us a little bit about the family. If you can get away with not having a family, if you don't really need it for your story, don't have a family at all. Just have the mum and the dad, or just a mum, or just a dad, or just a granny, or whoever, and your character. This will mean that one, we can get to know that character really well. We can get to know in their heart and their mind and their emotions and what's happening with them. And also, we're not getting this sort of slow plot around us, which is making it cumbersome and dragging it out. So that's two really good reasons for keeping your characters as few as possible. Of course, if you need them, have them. And that goes for all the different types of characters. So your protagonist, if you only need one, have one. If you need that for your audience, perhaps if you're writing for just girls, you will only need a girl as a protagonist. Or if you're writing for just boys, this is a story that you particularly want boys to read, you may only need one main character and they will have some friends and family around them. If you're writing for everybody, you might like to have a boy and a girl who are very closely connected and working together in that way. But if you don't need seven characters, don't have them. I don't know if you're old enough to remember Enid Blyton's famous Five and Secret Seven. Most of us of my kind of age will be able to tell you the names of the four children and the dog who featured in the famous Five. There's enough characters there to have diversity. We don't tend to have a lot of other characters around them, perhaps one or two, so that keeps it really simple. But I was also given some Secret Seven books, and it was very difficult with the seven children who were in this gang who were solving crimes. It was very difficult to remember who they all were, and they're separate, different characters. So that's the reason that you really do need to try and keep your character numbers down if you can. Caveat to that, of course, as I've already said, if you do need to have them in, if you do need to have a big family as part of your plot and your story, absolutely fine, have them in. But whoever you don't need, as in pretty much any other part of your story, to be fair, if you don't need it, cut them out. If you don't need them, keep your plot moving straight forward. Let us get to know your one or two characters really well. So I hope you found that helpful. Lots and lots more tips on the website writeforareason.com. I'll put a link in the comments below, and there is a free little course that you can do in there on gripping beginnings. If you are new to writing stories for children, this is particularly aimed for Christians who write stories for young people, but anybody, to be fair, who writes for children will find these useful. So do go over and have a look, and I will catch you again soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye.